Tick Delirium from the CCRU Writings. Under Pressure. Thomas Gould's model of the deep hot biosphere reallocates hydrocarbon deposits to an expanded anorganic chemistry, derived from supernovae debris, and accreted into planets from interstellar dust clouds, out of which everything flows bottom up. Descent into the Earth leads out of the solar system, in accordance with a xenoplutonic cosmic productivity, transmitted through slow-release deep interterrestrial methane reservoirs, pressure stabilized against thermic dissociation. A vast mass of archaean microbes and submicrobial nanopopulations exploit this upwelling anorganic hydrocarbon flow by scavenging loosely bound oxygen, reducing ferric iron to magnetite. Project SCAR. Southern Borneo, November 1980. Outside the monitoring hut, a tropical storm is slowly building. Irregular rain spatters heavily, rhythmically intermeshing the tight taps and clicks. Barker hunches over the humming machines, lost in theoretical trawlings through SETI-connected tick-tock tapes, unscrambling cryptic dot clusters and factor strings into hints of alien contact. Z-notation is clicking together, a mathematical anti-memory where things meet. You could easily think it was initiation, but it's all coming to an end in scatter tactics, particle streaks, and tachyonic transferences, drawing out the twisted trajectories of numerical disorganization, and underneath, or between, the implacable ticking of the time missile. Try to figure it out, and somewhere you cross over, which is problematic in various ways. Unexpected difficulties infiltrate the calculations. Tick systemic inner chatter implexes through plutonic torsion, a descent into the outside. When NASA sees Barker's report, it flips, not metaphorically, into another phase. A passage through institutional criticality occurs spontaneously, a conversion of stacked tectonic torsion, triggering some kind of latent security reflex, or bureaucratically fabricated suppressor instinct, extrapolating the effective correlate of anthropol. They were waiting for this, waiting for a long time. The investigation was disguised as a psychiatric recording, hidden even from itself. This was shortly after the stuttering started, drifting in a wave of body tics, microspastic tremors, a multiplication of mixed signals, chronometric tick-tock melting into jungle noises, clicks and chirps of the cicadas, insectoid chitterings, static, take-up materials for tick bite, tinnitus intercut with rhythmic pattern virus, a sub-semiotic staccato throat-scratching tick chatter, stitched into the talk sickness calling demons. It gets confusing, the way tick fictions take or stick. They said it was due to excessive pressure. Much later, they told me this. These were the facts, and the rest was fiction. Immediately after the breakdown, I had been taken back to the States, to a medical installation. So everything happened in America, and it all checked out. There was no contact, no tick disease, no flight into the jungle. They were insistent about that. Barker was born on the Night of the Dead, folded into the end from the beginning, sketched out. It's evident now, with his ID meticulously compiled, social tag numbers, educational medical records, security clearance evaluations, research checks, neurocartographic printouts, psychometric data, conclusions formatted for rapid scanning, with columns of tick boxes. What do you make of these? The doctor snorts derisively. You mean that nonsense about a tick-borne infection? It was obviously made up, tacked on. It would have been a cruel coincidence, if true, to be stricken by tick bite sickness. After everything had been suggested, stigmatic residue of a flight into the jungle. That never happened, but somehow it stuck, latching on to mammal heat or the smell of blood. The tick is a parasitic arachnid. It has been considered as an ethics packet that climbs, sticks, and sucks, functioning as a vector for numerous things: tack-ons, stickers, hallucinations, tinnitus buzz clicks, microsonic teamings, semi-sentient flickering across a fever scape, skin tracked by infected suck marks that snake along the veins, tick dots, or IV punctures, according to them, from the sedatives and antipsychotics, all counted for in the medical logs, plus a tick delirium tacked on, because there was no flight into the jungle, only high-frequency hallucinations of parasitic micro-multitudes, itching skin swarms. With tick systems, anything will do. Each intensive numerousness hatches into another numerousness of lower organicity, subcellular animations, and subsemiotic tokens, high-pressure chemistry phasing down to nanomachining, electron traffic, magnetic anomalies, and fictional particles. Ticks, which are never less than several, are anything whatsoever. When caught by numerical propagations whose thresholds are descent and whose varieties depend upon the phase considered, they seem to think it was about arachnobugs, biological taxonomy, and bite signatures, as if tick delirium was representing something. All that really mattered were the numbers, which could have been anything. At first the machines became erratic. It was an almost imperceptible electronic pitching, micro variations of magnetic weather, rhythmic disturbances. Out in the jungle it was called umnu, but that never happened. Nothing happens to Barker except downwards. That's the catch. In the ticket. Inverse climbings of the heat pressure gradient, escalations in intensity, time crossings. How can the end be already in the middle of the beginning? As the problem is posed in Pandemonium, whenever, in the outer time of Umnu, the cryptic ticking of chthonic unclocks mark an incursion from beneath, or between. Down there is forever turning into itself, through the electromagnetic catatracts of Cathel, whose body-neutral metallic click storms feel like sinking out of chronicity. Beyond surface chauvinism and solar parochialism, vortical stickiness of the tick matrix.